All right, introductory video to the Bet Haven, the safe place for safe plays. Last week at the Players, I hit on Siwoo Kim and Brian Harmon top 20. You can see that ticket right there. And then I hedged with Scotty on Saturday at 10 to 1. You can see that right there. I had an outright ticket on Wyndham Clark at 53 to 1 with boosted odds on DraftKings Sportsbook because betting is now legal in North Carolina. Last week was the first full week of legal betting. Started on March 11th. I took advantage of the bonus bets. When I say I took advantage, I did get a little crazy with some 10 leg, 7 leg parlays, whatever. But the best hits that I had were on the bets that you just saw. Now, this week at the Valspar, I want to talk about one person in particular that I am extremely infatuated with from a betting perspective. That player is Mackenzie Hughes. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mackenzie Hughes, you're picking a guy, out of thin air for this video. I'm not. I'll be honest with my DFS approach. I do typically do DFS, and now that sports betting is legal, I will be doing DFS as well as regular bets on books. I am very good at finding the one guy, the value guy, the long shot. I'm horrible at building full lineups. And when I say that, I mean, he wasn't exactly a long shot. I mean, he was to win the tournament. But Siwoo Kim, I had a ton of last week. I mean, just kind of, looking at stat profiles, looking at, so many different things, trying to find the one person has been my strong suit. And that's why I think betting is a better platform for me than DFS, just because I don't have to build a full squad. The reason I like Mackenzie Hughes this week. Now, I'll give you the background on Mackenzie Hughes at this tournament specifically. He's played here 4 times. He's missed the cut 3 times, and he's got a T13. That is what we call volatility. The stat profile from the year that he finished T13 was 2019. You can look at all this information yourself. As I get into more regular content, these will become more detailed. I'll probably be joined by 2 other individuals that I place a lot of bets with. So, right now I'm just going to give you the gist, and then you can make the decision for yourself if you want to tail. Mackenzie Hughes is a bad putter. He finished T26 last week at the Players. He was losing 3.2 strokes on the flat surface, with the flat stick last week, and again he finished T26. I love that. I think that a tournament like Valspar, where putting is kind of a moot point because it's I think they say there's more 3 putts inside of 5 feet here than any other tournament. That's going to make good putters look not so good and bad putters look not as bad. And that this has shown in Mackenzie Hughes' history here. In 2019, he finished T13. He gained a stroke and a half putting. I could go and give you all the data and say, okay, well, this is the other tournaments he's finished, inside the top 20 and gained strokes putting. But I also looked at the tournaments, coming into when he finished T13 and he was losing strokes putting. So the similar stat profile, similar results profile from that same year. All his other stats to me, he's like 48th in scrambling. He's got he finished T2 at the RSM Classic, which is a very similar course from a data perspective. I'm not sure what that light just cut off for. The RSM is a Sea Island golf club, and that course has a very similar fit model to Copperhead. So I just think that with Mackenzie Hughes, at the Players, he gained almost a stroke. Well, not almost a stroke. He gained 0.86 on approach. You're looking for guys that can hit the ball well on approach especially from a specific yardage. I'm not too concerned with that. So, the fact that he gained on approach at the Players is enough for me. The scrambling is good enough. And we've seen Mackenzie Hughes in the mix before on tournaments like this where the field is a little bit shorter, and, RSM is a good example of that. And this was back in November, so it's not like we're that far off from that Mackenzie Hughes who shot 60 that round, or 60 during that tournament. I think it was the 3rd round. So I'm going so heavy on Mackenzie Hughes that it's kind of scary, sure. Is it going to hurt me to a point where I'm, uh, never going to bet again if he misses the cut? No, but I don't see that. I see, like I said, I'm seeing a similar Mackenzie Hughes to the one that we saw in 2019 where he finished T13 here. Um, these types of videos will become more frequent for me, and I will be releasing more content from a golf perspective. Every now and then we do, or I keep saying we, like I said, I will have others join me on this venture eventually. Um, but this is what I want to do. I want to give you guys information that you may not already know. All of this is accessible to you, by the way, but some people just would rather hear somebody else talk about it, and I get that. So I'm going with Mackenzie Hughes. I'll give you the odds real quick. I've been shopping them a little bit, but I think the best odds that I've found were on Caesars, where he's currently 100 to 1. So I will be betting heavy on 100 to 1 Mackenzie Hughes on this tournament for an outright. I will also sprinkle him in top 5, top 10, top 20, wherever I feel needed, pairing him with some other golfers. I like Jordan Spieth this week. I know a lot of people are going to get off of him. I like him from a DFS perspective more than I like him from a bet perspective. But Jordan Spieth, I don't know what anybody's going to do with Eric Cole. He's not the same Eric Cole that we, have seen in the past, which, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe something changes this week. Aaron Rye, ball striker. These are the guys that, I will be on a little bit. I will be off Maverick McNeely so hard. You have no idea that I won't touch anything to do with Maverick McNeely, and that could bite me in the ass, but it is what it is. I like Taylor Moore, first-round leader. I think he comes in with confidence. Played okay at the Players, won here last year. So that's the only thing I like him for. I don't really like a repeat. I mean, he's 75 to 1 on FanDuel. If you wanted to go there, you could. Akshay Bhatia, I have bet him almost every tournament this year. I'll probably do it again because I'm a sucker. Joel Damon playing a little bit better. I don't hate it. I see 110 to 1 on FanDuel right now. We're all waiting on Joel Damon to break through. He's a great guy, a good golfer. We'd like him to be a great golfer, and I think last week at the Players he finished pretty high up there. So I don't know what that exact finish was. I can pull that up real quick. Joel Damon, he finished T11. I mean, tough course, especially for a guy like that. I mean, I could pull up the stats eventually and see how he did during the I can pull him up right now actually. We'll do a little bit deeper dive into Joel Damon. He lost off the tee, gained up on approach. Oh, this is round 1. Let's do all. Gained 4 strokes off the tee, gained 5.1 on approach, gained 3.8 around the green, lost 3.8 strokes putting. Did I just wiggle my way into a Joel Damon situation here? Wow. Yeah, I like that. I like the look of this profile from the Players. T2 and scrambling. Is that sustainable forever? No. Is it sustainable into the week following a tournament you finish T2 in? Absolutely. So I'll probably get to Joel Damon on some of these tickets that I have. All right, let's just stick with those two guys. I don't want to get into it any further than that. I will be very heavy on Mackenzie Hughes. I'll do a little bit more research on this Joel Damon bit, but I based on what I'm looking at right now from last week, I do like Joel Damon, and maybe I'll like him more as I do more research. If you like this video, make sure you actually like it on the platform you're viewing it. Make sure you subscribe and or follow depending on where you're watching, and I hope to see you next time.